Recently, there's been quite a bit of local and national discussion and media coverage regarding the displaying of the Confederate flag in public places. Want the community to understand that the council really truly appreciates the feedback that we've been getting from passionate folks on both sides of this issue. Feedback and discussion is always good. We have the utmost respect for their diverse and passionate points of view. During this community discussion, I want to encourage everyone to show the utmost respect for our veterans. Our veterans certainly have made tremendous contributions and sacrifices, and they deserve our respect. Let's honor our veterans in everything that we say and do. At this point, the city has made the decision to temporarily take down the Confederate flag that's been flying inside of Veterans Memorial Park. Our intent is to get beyond this divisiveness that is represented in this symbol and continue our dialogue with the veterans that have earned the right to provide guidance on the monuments installed in that park. We want to look for a manner which can provide a better historical perspective to share all of the flags that are currently flying and displayed inside that place of honor and respect. Our community will continue to be one that holds all of our veterans in high regard, and we want future generations to understand the history and sacrifices that have been made by so many. In closing, I want to stress that the city expects to continue our discussions with the stakeholders of Veterans Memorial Park. I will tell you that I have already set up a meeting with some of those stakeholders, and we're going to have our first meeting Monday night in one of the homes of one of those veterans. First, if the Confederate flag remains removed, what would a fitting tribute in its place be? And so we're going to hold those kinds of discussions. And truly, what is the role of that flag and how it's displayed in Kansas? And we will continue to have those discussions with the veterans. The issue reflects our diverse heritage and our values and our patriotism, and we want to get it right, and we will. And certainly with the help of many in our community, I can tell you we will get it right. I appreciate my colleagues who have weighed in on this in discussion this week. Obviously, we don't have the opportunity to hold a formal vote at the council, but I can tell you my colleagues are very respectful with this decision and willing to stand behind us as we work our way through this issue. On the same topic of celebrating our independence, I want to talk about our big block party that we're going to have. We are going to bring fireworks back down to the river. I think a terrific way to celebrate Independence Day. We will see a number of activities that start at 11 o'clock and will continue through the fireworks display on the river. So I would encourage all of you to come downtown and celebrate with the group of folks that have put together a phenomenal event. So at that point in time, we will open it up for any questions. Is there questions that you would like to ask? Or
why on a temporary basis?
Because we want to have open, honest dialogue, and at this point we're not dictating what that may look like. And so not going in with any preconceived notion of what we think it should be. It could be a permanent basis, but we want to have open, honest dialogue with the people that have earned the opportunity to share their concerns in a park that we really call their own, Veterans Park.
What are the discussions sounded like so far?
We've had a few discussions that prompted this decision. We've had passionate people on both sides. Veterans fully understand that all people deserve respect, and so they're more than willing partners to help us get through these difficult times.
How much was your decision influenced by other states, other companies removing the flag?
Well, I mean, our discussions pretty much mirror national dialogue, too. I'm not sure that there was incredible influence nationally. I care more about citizens of Wichita, respect to our veterans, and not disrespecting any single group of people. And so our decision was driven by Wichitans that cared deeply about all people.
Perhaps from you're looking into it and hearing from even department heads here, how many complaints, or were there actually any complaints before the tragic incident in Charleston, South Carolina, about the Confederate flag at Veterans Memorial?
You know, this has been an ongoing community dialogue. As you'll remember, nearly 10 years ago, I believe, that Mark McCormick wrote a nice piece that he put in, at that point, the Wichita Eagle. And it's been something that's been discussed in this community over, many years. And we continue to see it come bubbling back up. And so have we received complaints? There were people passionate 10 years ago about this issue. We've received a number of emails and letters on both sides of this issue recently because of what's happening nationally. But the dialogue I'm concerned about truly is the city of Wichita and the people that we represent.
Do you feel that there's any place for the Confederate flag, even if it's on an educational level, looking at it that way, in a park like that?
I think that there could be an opportunity, and I'm open, and my colleagues are open to all suggestions on if we can truly find a historical and respectful way to display any kind of monument, then we're open to that. And if that means there's some other manner in which they can fit that into a more historical perspective, then we're going to listen to that. And I'm not going in with any preconceived notion of what Mayor Longwell thinks that should look like. We're going to sit down and have open, honest dialogue.
You say you're going to meet Monday. Do you have any time frame on when you would like to be able to lift that temporary?
We haven't set any kind of time frame.
When was the flag actually taken down?
It was taken down sometime early this morning
By the park department?
by the park department.
Is there anything that's replacing it right now?
No, the flag pole is still there, and it's simply empty.
How long that flag's been flying there?
When that flag pavilion was installed, do you remember?
1976 was
Yeah, when we were doing the centennial, right? Bicentennial.
Whatnot, it's been replaced several times.
Pardon me?
Just because of Kansas wind, it's probably been.
Oh, I'm sure it has. I mean, we have windy days, and then sometimes the wind's really blowing.
Yeah.
The veterans you plan to meet with on Monday, do they have some type of, is this their flag? Is there a timeline of history with this?
This is their park, and so I'm concerned about what they want to see in their park. So,
in clarifying on that, you're saying it's the Veterans Park, but the city's role, the park department's role is as a maintainer, or?
we own the land, and we do have an agreement to maintain much of that, but many of the monuments are owned by various different groups of veterans.